Serenoa, making a valiant stand in defense of the Rosellan village, slays Silvio Tellior. Word of their disobedience reaches the Holy One, who sends an army to conquer the heretics. With the enemy only a day's march from their doorstep, House Wolford and the Roselle scramble to mount one last stand. Time is of the essence.
Seems as if the troubles never cease. I'd kill for a drop of ale.
I take it you and Benedict have seen your share of trouble.
Aye. We both served Lord Simon since we were green between the ears. To see him now, you wouldn't believe the stories of what we got up. Even then, though.
How so much?
In any case.
There was. The other... Where snowbell blossoms bloom?
Indeed. I thought perhaps you had seen trace of the flowers while scouting with Flugy.
I've spotted clusters of...
So it is... They have ever been a... I had thought to procure...
Life always finds a way to flourish.
I would not have you chasing my idol.
So, Benedict's looking for a snowbell blossom. What's so peculiar about that?
Nothing. If it were anyone else asking. However, they say that when a snowbell blooms...
That moment is frozen in time. Aye.
Precisely. You and Benedict both never fail to surprise. But of all flowers, why the snowbell? Does he have some lady love I'm unaware of?
I can't speak to that, but I'll tell you one thing, Hewitt. We've all got moments locked away and placed close to our hearts. You, me, even a stubborn-headed mule like Benedict. Like the snowbell, we want him frozen like that forever. And like the snowbell, they're liable to shatter if we let another handle him carelessly.
I understand. I apologize if I was too forward. Let us forget the matter.
No, it isn't you that needs to apologize. I'm always telling Benedict no one likes being lectured.
It was enlightening. I see you and Benedict are true friends.
For lack of a better word, aye. Bring me a draft of ale, and I'll tell you all about our younger days. At least, what I can remember. I recall Benedict wasn't nearly as capable as he is now.
I may have to take you up on...
Do you really reckon snowbell?
Perhaps. Though I've not seen them in this region. They may still bloom in the southern...
In other words, a trek and a half from here. Don't give up the search, my friend. A whole day of hunting, and this is all I have to show for it. Wanted to give Lord Serenoa something meaty for once.
A deer is no easy prey. You are a skilled hunter.
1 deer to your 3 boar? It's plain who the better of us is. I don't reckon you let a single one escape. Could be hunting is your true calling.
Perhaps. Before I was knighted, I was keeper of the Hawk's Roost. And besides, I come from a long line of hunters.
That's so. And what drove you to fight men for a living?
Lenbrook put out a call for Hawk Riders, that they might challenge S. Frost's aerial superiority. I answered that call. My training was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. But I won a position in the Kingsguard, where I petitioned to serve Prince Roland personally.
Seeing you in action, I'm sure you could have made a fine commander. Yet you stuck by the prince's side.
Yes, I did. Flugy is yet to return. I hope he isn't in danger.
What's this then? A traveler out here all alone, huh? And in sore need of protection by my reckoning. Hand over your coin purse and maybe we can reach an arrangement.
Bandits? Here? How can I be so careless?
I'd advise against running. Ain't nowhere for you to go.
Enough! Ugh.
Are you hurt?
I'm fine, thanks to you. Had you not showed up when you did, I could have ended up dead. You have my gratitude.
Was that your hawk? It guided me here. I was in the middle of a hunt, but your bird cried out as if calling to me. Thank heavens I did not loose that arrow. I've never known hawks could be so wise.
His name is Flugy, and he's more than my hawk. He's my closest companion.
The bandits are growing more bold by the day. 'Tis best you returned home.
Wait! I have scarce little to give in the way of coin, but still, there must be something I can do to repay you.
Think nothing of it. It is the
The royal... Good heavens! You're Prince Roland! Forgive me, Your Highness.
There's no need for all that stuffy formality.
Yes, Your Highness. That was my first... He saved my life, and for that, I shall be forever in his debt.
Master Archibald.
Goddess be good. I must be getting...
What trouble?
I was only reminiscing.
Reminiscing.
The salt iron, some days I almost forget. I defended the Citadel of Sand through the conflict. A number of Rosellan prisoners who tried, including our...
What's this?
She stayed behind all by herself to help the camp, but I knew we couldn't hold the Citadel. So The wind blew just as hard that night as it's blowing now.
So you didn't want innocents to get caught up?
It never settled right with me. The way that a person's life isn't worth more or less, just more than anything. I was moved by the selfless. She was able to do what I couldn't let someone like... It wasn't long until the other saintly seven discovered they branded me a traitor, stripped me of my title, and sentenced me to death. Of course, I slipped out of their clutches before they could have my head. I wandered for a while before taking up life as a merchant under the King of Glenbrook's patronage.
I never knew you and Lady Frederica's mother shared such a past.
Well, it is in the past. Anyway, let us return. This cold night wind is making my old bones ache something fierce.
So that's the size of it. House Wolford has gone to such great lengths for us.
It was our decision and ours alone. Your people brought nothing upon us.
It is as Serenoa says. We are happy to do all that we can to protect you.
Forgive me, Lady Frederica, but your mother was Lady Orlea, was she not? You came to our rescue just as she did. I cannot help but feel 'twas fated to be so.
You knew my mother?
Where did you hear of this, Jerome? I've told you not a whit about her.
I overheard whispers between my mother and father long ago. Why would the elders labor to keep such information secret?
Well, truth be told, we feared being persecuted anew.
And so your greatest fears have come true. Pray, hide no longer, and tell Lady Frederica what you know.
You know the history of Hyzan's suppression of the Roselle, yes? Then you know of the Rosellan revolt that occurred 30 years ago. Your mother, Lady Orlea, led that uprising at the source. She led us to freedom from Hyzant's rule, here to the Wolfort domain. She was a woman of great courage. She even left a sizable gash upon the goddess's statue as we departed.
The statue that stands tall in the source. I've never heard tell of this gash.
I reckon not. Hyzant would never admit to such a thing. But we, Roselle, know the truth.
I had no idea my mother was involved with the revolt, let alone led it.
And it was my father who gave them this land to settle.
That he did. Lady Orlea, for her part, vowed to fight on, to liberate those who remained in Hyzant. The rest of us, battered and bruised in the escape, parted ways with her, and remained here to live out our days in peace.
And so she eventually found her way to Esfrost, where she was taken in. I thank you for sharing such a wonderful chapter of my mother's history.
I hear she rallied the people to her cause with these words. The Holy State's teachings are false. The goddess's blessings spread across all Norzelia. The blessing of the true goddess. The blessing that shall be the key to the chains that bind our people.
How much of this have you heard?
Hold. I beg you, recite those words once more.
The Holy State's teachings are false. The goddess's blessings spread across all Norzelia. The blessing of the true goddess. The blessing that shall be the key to the chains that bind our people.
So there exists a key that gives the lie to the goddess's teachings. With that in hand, we can yet confront Hyzant.
Pray tell, good elder, what might it look like?
Alas, I fear I do not know.
I know not to what they were referring, but my parents always said Lady Orlea left it in this village.
Then the key is here. Jerome, please. We would speak with your parents at once.
I'm afraid that's not possible. They both passed many moons ago.
We must find this key, Lord Serenoa. I know it sounds like a fool's errand, but I feel we have no other choice.
I agree. 'Tis a slight hope, but hope nonetheless. Let the search begin. Elder, for the sake of the Roselle, I've come to speak with you about the key.
Lord Serenoa, I am not one to speak in metaphor and code. I bid you tell me precisely what it is you seek.
Could this pink rock be the key?
Where did you find that?
So it is the key. What do you know of it?
Clearly I can deceive you no longer. I shall tell you everything.
What is this strange pink rock?
A simple taste shall tell you all you need to know.
My word, it tastes of salt. No, it is salt.
Truly, a rock of salt.
Indeed, it is. And the story behind this crystal before you was brought here.
My mother brought this?
And you knew of this the whole time, Elder?
Yes, but the seeds of conflict ought not to be left in the sun. That was our decision.
Are there any other crystals like...
There are. Lady Orlea spoke of a repository.
And where might that
Unfortunately, I do not know.
Do you know anything about this, lady? Did your mother ever mention these
I apologize.
Calm yourself, Benedict.
Calm myself. The very existence of the... If you have ever wondered why Hyzant oppresses the Roselle or this is you.
So they did it all to hide the existence of the repository.
And not just that. Anyone who finds that repository could reign over all Norzelia.
Would it really have so great an influence?
Salt is a divine boon. It is one of Hyzant's fundamental beliefs. One that, due to their monopoly on both salt and the source, has appeared true all these years. But no longer. With this crystal alone, we can prove their doctrine false.
Revealing their absolute teachings to be mere fabrications would shake Hyzant to its very core.
There may be hope for us yet.
A report, my lord. Hyzant's army is on the horizon.
Lord Serenoa, if you would, I should like to be the one to speak to them.
Of course, Benedict. I leave the matter in your capable hands.
Lord Serenoa, how unfortunate it is for us to meet under such circumstances. But for disobeying the Holy One's order, I must strike you down.
Before that, Minister Exham, there is something we wish to show you.
It is a mere fragment of something we have discovered in this village. It is a crystal made entirely of salt.
What madness is this you speak? This is salt, indeed. But how is this possible?
It appears to have been passed down among the Roselle, and in a quantity large enough to rival the source.
Unbelievable.
Perhaps so, but we have proof. Salt can be found in places other than the sacred grounds beneath the goddess's feet. I am certain the implications do not escape you.
What is it that you want?
An audience with the Holy One, and a guarantee of safety for us and everyone in this village.
It would be a waste to dispose of both the crystal and House Wolfwood here. Very well then. I shall secure you an audience with the Holy One. And you have my word, the village will be safe from harm.
Thank you, Minister.
Oh, how I wish I could see the Holy One's face contorted.
We owe our lives to this, a crystal of salt. Or
The Holy State's teachings are false. The goddess's blessings, the blessings of the true goddess, the blessing that shall be the key to the
can you imagine if crystals like this were...
I cannot imagine Hyzant being blind to their existence. Salt is
Agreed. Which leads me to believe that they have relentlessly oppressed the Roselle.
You intend to negotiate with the...
Correct. This time, we shan't fail. Not with this salt crystal in our hand.
If their teachings are truly false, could you not ask them to free the Roselle at the source?
That is a risk. Our first priority is without it, we cannot even hope to protect our own.
I see.
What will you do once granted those privileges?
What will I do?
I tire of being made to decide like this time and time again.
I do. Our choices grow out.
It's time we decide what to... I wish to reclaim with Hyzant beside us. So when we meet, I will ask the Holy State to go to...
House Wolford protects the Roselle in defiance of the Holy One's orders. Cornered though they may be, Serenoa and his comrades discover a crystal of salt. The crystal holds the power to change not only Hyzant, but the entire land.
So that's the size of it.
So it is the key. What is...
We granted you an audience because of Minister Exham's petition, but I did not expect you to show us this. A crystal made of salt. How very fascinating. It certainly does contradict the doctrine here in our blessed land. Or it would, were it real. Have you any proof that this was not created by magic or technology?
Well...
With all due respect, Minister, I have a question for you in return. What do you think of Esfrost and Glenbrook's decree to stop trade with Hyzant?
I think it nothing more than a threat. Neither would last very long without our salt.
Gustadov is no fool. Such an edict would not come without proper countermeasures in place. Countermeasures such as another source of salt, for example. Having their own salt would make Hyzant's redundant, at best, and your nation would soon find itself in dire straits without the salt tax's revenue.
What is it you want from us?
Your full support.
Lend us your strength, and together we can defeat Esfrost, and Hyzant's ties to all nations will remain intact.
You mean to start a war. The Kingdom of Glenbrook may be naught but a puppet now, but it was once your homeland. You understand this, yes?
We do.
Even so, my people do not wish for war. We must try to resolve this peacefully first.
Do you think Gustadolf can be reasoned with? Need I remind you that it was he who invaded Glenbrook? He is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Be that as it may, neither my...
Then I shall give you one. For I am the second son of King Regna. Roland Glenbrook.
You live.
There is no mistaking that face.
Huh. So the prince lives to slay his kingdom's invader. We could not ask for a better reason.
If you need a just cause to go to war, let it be me. We must stop Gustadolf.
It all makes sense now. O Holy One, have you heard? Pray, tell me what you would have us do. It shall be done. Wolfort, Prince Roland, heed the word. The holy state of Hyzan. The Holy One would see you defeat Esfrost and restore peace. Our nation shall spare no effort. From this day forth, we support Prince Roland as our commander, and Lord Serenoa...
Me? A saint?
We are brethren now. We ride to war.
Well, would you look at that? We secured Hyzanth.
We also received a signed document stating the Roselle in Wolf.
Good going, lad.
Oh, it is Benedict and Roland to whom we owe this victory.
Everyone here has suffered so much. My weakness and worthlessness have brought pain and misfortune to you all.
You've got nothing to apologize for. I already told you.
I've decided that I must press forward. Even if it means I ask for your support as always. I know I will need it.
And you shall have it. I am with you every step of the way, my lord.
Is something the matter, Frederica?
No. My apologies for worrying you.
Now, to battle! We take back Glenbrook with our own hands!
Did you know about this salt crystal?
No. Neither did I know of Prince Roland's survival.
Likewise. What did you...
Hyzant is a grand nation, but unfortunately not one blessed with a bountiful harvest. Were we not able to trade, there is no doubt our nation... We've relied solely on salt for much too long. And that reality...
But true nonetheless.
Mark my words, Minister Camsell. There is no fight ex-Ham Marsh...
The Holy One has ordered for us to deliver our Elfric to House Wolford. And here I thought your research results to be top secret. Perhaps the Hierophant determined it a good chance to test. They could easily sink an Frosty's ship. And yet I see. I never wanted to build... Yet you don't think twice. How dare you? Have a wonderful day. The audacity of Edor's dog.
Are you certain it's wise to return to Esfrost alone, Your Grace? You are needed here.
If Sycris's missive is to be believed, I'm afraid matters are far too grave to be left to anyone else. Svarog's deception is nearing its climax. His ill-gotten profits are being used to build a weapon of untold destructive power.
Our anonymous source from the manufactory hinted at as much. Svarog is bold to have carried out his plan this far.
Death Snell? What's that?
Let the adults speak, my dear.
If we're to be... wed, then there should be trust between us. How long?
Very well.
If you insist, brother. This weapon combines the powerful explosives developed by Dragan with Esfrost, although yet to be tested. This cannon is said to have the power to breach even Hyzant's wall.
But... this...
I have heard nothing of this. Do you think so little of your general?
A general is to win me victory.
Svarog's intent isn't to bring Hyzant to heel, however. He means to use the cannon against, but the fool was so blinded by ambition that he never saw the strings guiding his every move.
Fool that he may be, he served his purpose well. The cannon could not. He will die secure in the knowledge that his bloodline contributed to the glory of Esfrost. With it, we shall do what our forebears could not.
If we can even approach the walls, brother, the trade embargo will ensure that Hyzant is...
On the contrary, their focus will turn inward, with naught else to leverage their influence with. There may be some gnashing of teeth, to be sure. Erica, muster a force, and march to the Hierophant's palace at once.
As you wish, brother. I shall gather what news...
Thalos, you will remain...
You hardly need to ask.
That is all.
Even his own flesh and blood are but tools to be used and then discarded when their purpose is served.
He has faith only in himself.
Esfrost and Glenbrook remain strong after declaring a trade. Gustadolf sends Erica to Hyzant to deliver his ultimatum, and dispatches an army to Glenbrook to increase the pressure on the Holy State. Hyzant, under the banner of Prince Roland, sends Softly but surely, Norzelia descends.
Those are the Archduke's wishes. I implore you not to forget that... Come to think of it, I heard that Wolfort was added to yours. Where might he...
I'm afraid I cannot answer that.
How disappointing. I had hoped...
That wretched woman.
Esfrost all but demands us open the source to restore our diplomatic...
The Duchy fears neither a lack of salt nor the goddess. We can assume they have.
Then this was no more than a... We had best expedite House Wolfert. Minister Exham...
You wish to lend us Hyzant's new weapon?
Yes.
It was a directive from the Holy One. The weapon is one Minister Lila developed.
I compressed a vast quantity of magic into crystal form. We call this weapon Elfric. The blast crystals have yet to be perfected, but they can decimate.
We thank you for your support.
Be forewarned that their power makes him
They are not meant to be used on people. Furthermore,
Regardless, I am certain it will come in handy.
its incomplete nature makes it regrettably tricky to use. But Milo should be able to use them both wisely. I am Milo. A dancer by trade, but assistant to the saintly Seven on occasion. I shall serve you, Minister Serenoa, until we reclaim the capital.
You sure you'll be okay?
You needn't worry. It isn't my first time.
Byzantine spy?
very likely. The blast of the Elfric should help you catch the enemy unawares. Both my army and Minister Camcel's will join in the attack. Can we entrust command to you, Minister Cyrano?
Most certainly. And the crystal will be key in our plan to reclaim...
You have made a grave error in allowing thieves to raid the archives, Constable Sycris.
Forgive me. My guards gave chase as soon as they noticed intruders.
What did they take?
Luckily, they were unable to gain entry to where we keep our more. All they were able to make off with was a single book, penned by the late Lady...
Orlea? She left behind.
She'd bid it be passed on to Lady Frederica when she came of age, but it seems those...
Thalos or Erica must have hidden it from her. They derived no greater... Do we know what was written?
No. Storage records...
It must be of some significance. Perhaps something to do with the Rosellan liberation. Or perhaps it is not but a mother complaining to her daughter of a duchy they both despise.
I shall send a party to hunt down the thieves at once.
No need. Such ruffians are unlikely to be in the employ of our foe. No doubt they were simply looking to loot us to fill their own purses. It is more important that we dispose of Svarog and finish the Nell with all haste. Dispatch your soldiers there.
Aye, Your Grace.
Benedict asked me to scout out Teleorn where the Esfrosti soldiers are stationed. But I hardly see any around. Why did he ask me to come here in the first place? I doubt it would matter in reclaiming the capital. But orders are orders. I should report back.
Ah, tidings from Erica. She says Hyzant refused our final offer.
You seem surprised. There was no way Hyzant would agree to open the source.
I know that, but the negotiations... Yet it seems their soldiers are already on the move.
If you play with fire, you get burned.
So it has come to war, then?
Their newest saint is... You must be delighted that a former retainer to the crown is coming to visit.
Enough, Thalos. I won't allow such
Queen, this child is nothing. And I believe the impotent one here is you, Avlora.
I had no idea the Prime Minister's job was to torment the weak.
Enough, General of Lore. I will answer the Prime Minister. As the Queen of Glenbrook, I shall protect my kingdom.
It appears your impudence is contagious, Avlora.
Worry not, Your Majesty.
Because I am to wed the Arch...
Because you are a warrior. One who... I was an orphan. I never knew my... So I know better than anyone the pain of having to do everything on your own.
Allow me to bare my heart to you as well, General of Lora. As the last heir to the throne of Glenbrook, I do not intend to let Gustudolf have his way.
You mean to strike down the Archduke?
But I lack the power to do so. Have you heard of the Royalists? The aristocrats who were aid to my father.
I have. I also heard they secretly indulged in bribes and the like for personal gain. That man Patriot was cozying up to the Archduke not seconds after King Regna's beheading. Their kind knows no loyalty.
Indeed. But Gustudolf has not given any of them a position in his court, so they have fallen on hard times. I want to ask Patriot and the other royalists for their help.
Are you mad? No doubt they would wholeheartedly embrace you as their symbol, but only for their own purposes.
I understand that. But their years in service to the crown have earned them great influence in politics. I must have their support if I'm to reclaim Glenbrook.
Is it possible for you to rein them in?
Not alone. But with you, General of Lora, I can. They lack military might. If you accompany me, I could sway them to my cause. Please, General, lend me your strength.
As an Esfrosty general, I simply cannot turn a deaf ear to what you have told me. Did you not think I would tell the Archduke of your plans?
Of course I did. But I refuse to stand idly by as a your decoration. So if it meant earning your trust, I was willing to show you that I wish to protect Glenbrook by any means necessary.
You took a gamble.
I had to. For it is not status or reward that moves you.
So you bet on my honor, and refusal would sully my name forever. However, safeguarding the kingdom comes first. Fighting at your side will have to wait.
General of Lora!
A word of advice, Your Majesty. Both Hyzant and the Archduke are veterans of war. The fight will not be an easy one, and may rage on for many years.
Even so, I will not falter. I must do this. for my father and brothers.
An admirable resolve. One which I will see fulfilled. I shall be your sword and shield, my queen.
Thank you, General of Laura.
I apologize, but are you suggesting we destroy the dam around Telior Reservoir to start a flood?
The capital city was built on the banks of the Norzelia River. Breaking the dam surrounding Lake Telior upstream will allow us to submerge a majority of the city. Flooding the town will throw their army into disarray, which should allow us to take...
Lake Telior is a man-made reservoir. You might be able to burst through with a blast crystal.
Huette scouted the area earlier and reported seeing very few sentries. Proof enough.
No. The damage would... The means would not justify...
We cannot...
I agree with Roland. There is already... Perhaps it's worth speaking with...
Unless we reclaim Glenbrook, it's unlikely they'll understand. We must take the capital back, and show our strength and resolve first.
So that means you stand by Benedict, then?
If we have a sure shot at winning, we need to take it. No matter the consequences. We can't lose the war. We just can't.
Telior Reservoir is the kingdom's water source. The dam was constructed to protect the... I doubt they would ever forgive us should we choose to destroy it for war.
Glenbrook thrives because of that water. And to use it otherwise is inexcusable. Brute strength isn't the only way to reclaim the city. We can strike at night and defeat their commanding officers. There are ways to slip into the castle unseen.
If you have used it before, there is a chance it has been...
There is more than one round.
So you mean not to use...
No, I do. After we sneak in, it would close off their escape route.
Our first priority should be... We cannot allow them to be taken hostage.
She's got a point. But how do we take...
We could use the blast crystal to destroy the bridge connecting the town and the castle.
That would certainly mitigate the damages. If we encircle the castle...
We could ask them to yield. Free Glenbrook. I am certain we can find a way to make both.
Negotiate.
I understand your thoughts.
Allow me to ask one. Shall we shatter the dam around Lake? Sneak in under the guise of night, sink their ships and sleep? Or destroy the bridge, safeguard the people, and negotiate with... Fetch the scales. It is time we decide our path.
you